Halo. Assalamualaikum dan selamat pagi kepada semua viewers FPL Jedi Show. Apa khabar? Saya harap semua dalam keadaan yang baik dan sihat sejahtera. Kita santai pagi-pagi Sabtu ni, di mana kita akan membuat review our team news dan juga press conference daripada setiap manager sebagai persiapan kita untuk game week yang ke-8. Sebelum tu kita bersiaran, kita bersiaran secara langsung atau live stream pada 3 channel, iaitu FPL Jedi FB page, juga FPL Jedi Show di YouTube channel dan juga FPL FB page Assistant Manager. Bersama saya seperti biasa, my co-host Azmin. Apa khabar? Adakah anda teruja untuk game week 8 ni?
Hi Hafiz, yes, once again it's the international break. I think and lots of things happen, so it's good to be back. I think we had quite a bit of a rest. I think we talked about how we stepped away a bit from the football, relax sikit, and I'm fresh, ready to go. Can't wait for the weekend to start.
Okay, good. Sebab kita pun dah kira macam 2 minggu lah. Kita off from FPL. Now we are back. We are a bit rusty. Saya pun banyak benda nak kena update myself. Okay, but anyway, hopefully this show will tolong build up you punya game week. Okay, kalau you tak buat any homework yet, insyaAllah we try to update all of you. Okay, sebagai persiapan untuk game week yang ke-8 ni. Okay, siapa player yang available, tak available, dan so on. Banyak news yang masuk semalam. Okay, saya pun ada tengok beberapa news daripada Twitter, website, okay, dan juga Football Scout juga. Okay, so sebelum kita pergi lebih jauh okay, just nak share, kita sedang bertandang hari ni. Kita bertandang di St. James Park Stadium. Okay, kita nak mengambil aura Newcastle takeover yang berlaku. Saya percaya ramai fan Newcastle yang begitu gembira dengan news ini. Okay, dan semestinya this game week mereka really look forward to a better performance from Newcastle yang struggling dekat top bottom 3 dekat Liga sekarang ya. So saya tengok pun pakai baju warna hitam as to support Newcastle punya takeover. It's a good news for EPL. And saya dengar juga some comment semalam. Aku tak tahulah, aku just tengok ada some comment Klopp, Guardiola, ada yang yalah dalam masa sama they are happy, but they are also worried about the powerhouse Newcastle gonna be. So that's the thing lah. Okay.
Yeah, I think just on that Newcastle thing, because they did a comparison of the wealthy owners, and memang Newcastle, your current owners is top of the table in terms of wealth. So it does depend on their seriousness in willing to spend, which I seriously think there won't be a problem there.
Yeah, just share a bit juga, walaupun aku jump sikit sebelum Newcastle punya preview match. But anyway, ramai yang mengatakan Steve Bruce might not be the manager come to this week, but yesterday we can see press conference, dia adalah masih manager Newcastle. Dia will lead Newcastle team into the pitch this week. They're playing Sunday if I'm not mistaken. And then aku tengok pun some press conference from Steve Bruce, muka dia pun macam bukanlah panik. Banyak soalan lah throw to him. Apa owner tanya kat kau, are you still here, are you the long term plan? Memang dia stressful untuk jawab soalan-soalan macam tu. But in the end dia ada cakap that whatever that you out there, maksudnya reporters lah saying about me, to me, I'm still here, I'm in charge, I'm the head coach, I will fight for my job. So that's a really good statement from Steve Bruce lah. So pada Newcastle fan, kalau you tak bersetuju Steve Bruce is the right manager for Newcastle, hopefully at this point you give support for him, insyaAllah. Okay, so that's the news that I have lah. Okay.
Okay.
Alright, good. Let's get straight to the point where kita tunjuk dulu game week 8 punya fixture. Siapakah yang akan bermain between each other pada minggu ni? Let's see. Okay, aku tukar kedudukan sikit. So, as we can see here, nanti tak nampak match kat bawah tu pula. Early kick-off, okay, pada 7.30 malam ni, Watford akan bertemu Liverpool. Okay, Watford dengan new head coach Claudio Ranieri akan welcome Liverpool as their first opponent lah, untuk under the new management so called. Okay, then at 10 PM kita ada lebih kurang 5 match. Villa versus Wolves, Leicester versus Manchester United, that's also an exciting match. Man City lawan Burnley, Norwich versus Brighton, and Southampton versus Leeds. Okay, that's at 10 PM. Then at tengah malam ni, Brentford lawan Chelsea. Okay, hopefully aku tak tertidur tengok match tu. Aku harap dapat bangun lah nak tengok Chelsea main. Then tomorrow, malam pukul 9, Everton versus West Ham, before so-called the late match on Sunday, Super Sunday, Newcastle versus Spurs, which is a big match juga because both Spurs also really wants to continue to win games lah. And then we wrap up game week 8 punya match pada malam Isnin, di mana Arsenal akan bertemu Crystal Palace. Okay, so that's all the 10 matches. Let's go through one by one, Min. Okay. Kita pergi dulu match Watford lawan Liverpool. Ramai juga yang tertanya-tanya. Ada dua perkara lah, iaitu on Liverpool side especially, adakah TAA is available untuk main this week? Also, apakah perkembangan pemain-pemain Brazil untuk Liverpool seperti Fabinho, Alisson yang mana dikatakan bermain pada qualifying South America dan kemungkinan tidak akan sempat untuk available for this match. So maybe you can walk through. Min?
Okay, so for Watford, I guess there's no key issues in terms of their players. Tapi Sierralta, which is the international player that we had an issue with last international break, but he has a hamstring issue now, so he's not going to be available anyway lah. But I guess the main problem with Watford is really about how they set up, sebab kita tak tahu macam mana. Yeah, so obviously you want to stay away from the Watford now, especially because they have bad fixtures anyway. But if you have Ismail Issa, I don't see any harm keeping him, and I think we talked about this during midweek. And which comes to the Liverpool punya issues, which is Fabinho dengan Alisson has been confirmed by Klopp yang dia memang tidak akan bermain match ni, dan sebalik dia akan fly straight dari Brazil, dia akan terus pergi Spain untuk prepare untuk melawan Atletico Madrid, sebab dia
Champions League. Okay.
Dia rasa waste of time dengan travel travel 12 hours and then 5 hours time difference, memang ni sikit. So okay lah, and plus Liverpool is the early match for Saturday, so okay lah, Klopp doesn't want to risk it. And to be fair, I mean it's not like lawan Manchester City, Manchester United, boleh risk it lah. Yeah.
Okay, so kalau ada Watford asset, mungkin boleh bagi peluang untuk main lah.
So the thing is, because those of you who do have Watford assets will most likely have Sarr. So I don't see any harm in leaving Sarr in your lineup, sebab memang kalau Alisson and Fabinho dua-dua tak ada, they are key to the defense of Liverpool. So without them, I mean we saw last week Foden versus Milner, and Milner memang tak boleh nak tahan. But of course TAA is back though, and that's the more importantly in terms of injury news. TAA dah fit, so he will play this weekend. Other than that, the question now is the Jota Firmino issue. So whether or not Jota will start, because Firmino pula tak main internationals. Brazil did not call him up. They gave Liverpool a chance with that because of his previous injury issues. So he's fit.
So he stay at home and available lah.
Yeah, so he's available. So it's a question for those who, because most people have Jota, and not Firmino. So will Jota continue to start? And my personal opinion, yes, I actually believe that Firmino will be safe for the Atletico Madrid match in midweek, because that's very important Champions League match. It's playing away to Spain as well. Yeah, so for this one, I think they can risk playing Jota again as a centre forward at the start. So aside from that, for Liverpool, that's it in terms of the key absences.
Okay.
Hari tu, there was an issue of whether Mane and Salah would, because this Senegal team would be okay, but I think they're okay, no issues there. There's enough time for them to recover. So other than that, everyone else should be
So
the same.
TAA is available lah, and
He is
expected
available.
to start.
So the back four should still be TAA, Matip, Van Dijk, Robertson. Cuma that midfield three tu, Henderson, I'm not sure if maybe Milner and Keita. Tapi it could be Alex Ox, for example. We're not sure. Yeah. And then Salah, Mane, of course, and with the Jota / Firmino. Although I feel there's a slight possibility that because Liverpool might risk playing all four: Salah, Firmino, Jota, and Mane. They've done that. Klopp has done that before.
Yes.
Yeah, if they just get early, if they can manage to secure the early lead, and then they can start resting and substituting the players out.
Okay, good. This match also is bukan worry lah. I mean something it's not a normal match from from previous match, because ini first game Ranieri, and then manager pun fans pun looking forward whether Ranieri can give them a good start. And like you mentioned, Watford has really tricky fixture after this. Liverpool Spurs Chelsea, Man City and so on. So I think he has a big task on his end. Tapi aku pun rajin juga tengok ni press conference Ranieri, nak tengok macam mana dia cerita kan. Dia cakap very excited. He will be 70 years old coming this weekend. Okay, but he says to the reporters, I'm still young, I'm energetic, I'm very ambitious. And he says first step at the time 40 point dulu, dia kata 40 points dulu, that is my target. And then after that, whatever after 40 points is a bonus to him. He wants to keep Watford in the league lah. That is dia punya aspiration. So we'll see how dia punya lineup will be. I'm also would like to know. Tiba-tiba kalau dia tak bagi main Sa, then is definitely transfer out next week.
But but at the same time I want to highlight, Liverpool's midfield, sebab they're not going to be playing with their first choice midfield, and actually macam Thiago pun is injured as well. So and recently and Klopp was quite annoyed with this one, was Curtis Jones got injured playing under 21s. So Klopp was quite critical macam mana dia manage, how the under 21s were managing the team. So he's out as well. So that's why Keita and maybe Alex Ox and Henderson are going to feature. So my worry there is that the transition from defense to attack may not be as smooth as they should be. Yeah. So yeah.
But we definitely expect some goals in this game.
I do. Yeah. It's just a question of, and I actually think that Liverpool might concede this one, but Liverpool should win over goals anyway.
Could be 3-1, 3-2 or something like that. Just want to share, macam kita midweek kita ada discuss, ramai yang memilih Salah sebagai favourite captain this week. Cuma early match lah, so itu sahajalah yang orang kata superstitious sikit whether is the right call. But Salah is really in good form. He's the top FPL players points right now, so he should be the best pick for this week. Okay. Right. Later we go through. Later we go through our team. Okay. So
Okay.
next Villa Wolves is Martinez and also Buendia will be available. Sempat ke dia orang nak main, and also Jimenez lah because dia pun playing international.
Yeah. So for Aston Villa, memang Martinez they has been name checked as he should be available. So no issues there. And so Aston Villa pretty much first team except for siapa ni, Leon Bailey. Yeah,
Okay.
who we expected him to come into as the first team, but he hasn't. Yeah, he got injured again, and honestly, I wonder if Villa fans are starting to worry that this guy is going to be a permanent signal. Actually injured. Sikit injured. Sebab dia might be too fragile for the Premier League. So we'll see how it goes. So but Buendia is available. So but we do not hear
we expect Villa with a full squad lah.
Full squad. Yeah. For Wolves,
Yep.
should be okay as well. I'm worried about Huang's minutes because he was flying around.
Yelah, sekarang orang dah tengok dia score 2 gol last week, so ramai orang sedang melihat dia sebagai potensi asset untuk bawa masuk lah.
Yeah. Jimenez tak ada issue because dia dah biasa dah actually in terms of juggling dia punya international punya time dengan the club time, and he's in form now, so I don't see an issue with him as well. Wolves defense, pretty much everyone is key. Cuma but okay. This is where I start talking about COVID-19 news. So, Trincao has been found to be positive for COVID-19, so he's not going to be playing. I don't think so. I'm not sure exactly when. I can't remember when exactly what he was found to be contracted, but I don't think they're going to risk him anyway. Because even the fact that even if you contracted, even if you can recover, but you still have that health, fatigue issue that resulting from COVID. So I don't see why Lago will want to risk playing him, and he doesn't need to play him. But to be fair, this match feels like a very tough match. It's hard for me to call this one. Yeah, I think both.
But I still expect Villa to come out on top of Wolves.
You think so?
Okay. Villa still a strong side because full squad main. Wolves dia mixed bag lah. Sometimes they perform, sometimes they won't. But I think this still a tight match lah macam kau kata. So since Trincao tak main, I think same lineup up front kot. Jimenez, Traore dan Huang lah.
Villa, Ings and Watkins should be fine.
Watkins, yeah. So kalau Watkins start score this game, ramai berminat lah nak bawa dia masuk. We'll see how.
I love Watkins. I think he's great.
Yeah. We go next match, Leicester lawan Manchester United. So ramai yang nak tahu sebab Ronaldo dah kena bench last week, frustrate ramai manager termasuk diri aku sendiri, dan dah itchy tangan nak tukar kepada Lukaku, tapi mungkin ada certain area kalau katakanlah you dah tak ada apa nak buat dan bolehlah simply tukar. But I still feel Manchester United and Leicester still a good match for Manchester, especially if Leicester punya backline tu masih ada injury and so on. I'm not sure whether Johnny Evans, Westergaard will play. You comment later. And how about Manchester United in terms of their camp lah? Comment.
Okay. Since our Jedi show in midweek, we broadcasted on that we show on Thursday. There's news now that Evans might be ready for this weekend, so it does cause a bit of concern with me. But to be fair, it's even if Evans back, I'm not sure whether it's enough because Soyuncu is out of form, for example. But he's supposed to be the first choice, and I think that Vestergaard is now also a question. He may not be fit either. And considering, and this news just came out, and considering today is already Saturday, I'm not sure he'll be fit either. So I think you're right. I think it is still a good chance for Manchester United to get points, to get goals. And kalau nak cakap pasal Ronaldo ni kan memang masa dia kena bench hari tu, the popular theory is that yang memang it's a power play thing by Ole to show people
Dia
that
kata
he's
I'm the boss. I'm the
yeah,
boss.
and unfortunately it backfired. It didn't turn out properly. It was clear because even though look at it this way, during the match, I think around the 60 plus minute, Manchester United were winning. Yeah, so and then they decide to bench, take out Martial and Cavani, and to bring in two more players, and one of those players is Ronaldo. I was confused why they would do that. Looking at the play, they were in control. Why bring in Ronaldo if you think you just want to score more goals, and why take out your goal scorer so quickly if you want to give him confidence? If you like Martial so much, give him confidence. Let him stay on. If you want to bring in Ronaldo, don't take out Martial. So it just felt that I'm the boss, but you're still gonna get some time, and it just didn't work for me. So I wasn't surprised that Manchester United conceded. Although memang thought that Ronaldo could salvage, but then there's only so much they can do. Having said that, let's all remember that Ronaldo is top of the stats for goal attempts in the box, the kind of thing. So memang, I think Ole will. I'm pretty sure Ole will not risk benching him lagi sekali. So I can see him definitely be in the starting lineup, and he should do well against Leicester City. Coming to Leicester City is interesting because Iheanacho came into the starting lineup last week, the last game week, and he scored. So will Brendan Rodgers play with Nacho and Vardy again? And I think he will. I don't see why he shouldn't. Especially if there's some defensive issues back there, why let's go on the attack instead. You are at home as well. Yeah, so you should play. And you still have Tielemans in midfield to hold the fort as well. Yeah, so they should play.
Zuyong ada komen secret jangan main Fred. Tapi Fred available ke?
I'm not sure. Hang on, let me check. Because obviously he was for playing for
But tapi
Brazil
Ole
as
mau
no, he's not available because memang he's going to be in the same flight as quite a few of the Brazilian players all flying together.
Okay lah. So okay lah. Zuyong punya doa tu makbul lah.
But does he want Matic in the? But does he want Matic in the central midfield though? Because my take would be okay. Now we also one more news item is we know that Rashford now is fit. So will Rashford start in place of who? Is it in place of Greenwood? Is it on the left field and in place of Jadon Sancho? We're not sure. Yeah, and maybe Pogba can move back into Pogba McTominay in the pivot.
Yalah. So I think Maguire and Varane won't be available. So Bailey and Lindelof will play as centre backs.
Yeah. So that's the major problem for
So
Manchester
I think
United.
siapa ada Vardy memang best lah.
Yeah, and it's quite surprising because a lot of people structure because a lot of people memang tengah wildcard, and I've taken a look around and a lot of them don't have Vardy in the lineup, which is a bit unusual. Tapi sebab semua nak Salah and Lukaku.
Yalah, dia pun mahal kan, 10.4, 10.5.
Space. Yeah, but between Lukaku and Vardy, this. Okay, to be fair, the main problem is Leicester's fixtures. Yeah. So but you're talking about Vardy who has the form versus Lukaku who has the fixtures but not the form. So yeah, Vardy will return here. It's just that he may not be viable long term.
Okay, fair. Alright, so this could be an open match and it could easily Vardy party or Ronaldo party or both party.
I think they'll both share the party.
Okay, let's go to next match. Man City lawan Burnley. Saya percaya ramai juga berminat untuk bawa Man City asset masuk sebab mereka akan ada for the next 3 fixture are very favourable so called. And cuma yalah kita nak tahu ni I think satu satu news jugalah. I find out yesterday Torres will be out for a while. Okay, I think like 2 months or something like that. And mungkin ni akan memudahkan untuk meneka siapakah Guardiola akan main. What do you think? Silakan. Man City lawan Burnley asset.
I tell you what, Hafiz, I spent the most of this morning before the show going into Manchester City forums, trying to figure out what is Pep's most likely going to do. Because if those of you who watch the yang midweek punya show, the FPL Jedi show, tahu yang memang saya ingat nak take a hit untuk mengambil satu Manchester City player. Siapa tu belum tahu lagi lah. Tapi yang kalau nak buat ni kena confirmkan siapa yang akan start. Memang it's a huge risk. And okay, so we know that Gabriel Jesus will not play. And Ederson won't play, but fine lah. Ederson, Stefan will masuk lah. Then Torres is injured. So you have Torres and Jesus both out. So who will start in that midfield? There's so many theories out there, and it's very there's no common ground in totality for the all six. Ada yang kata Foden will be benched because dia dah 90 minutes played for club and country straight. But then Grealish has almost, maybe not 90 minutes, but he has started in the English matches as well. But then people think that Mahrez will go in because Jesus, he seems to be the most likely person to come in. But then you have if Foden doesn't start, who starts? Sterling in the false nine role.
Tapi Sterling pun Pep macam tak berapa favor dah sekarang kan.
Yeah, exactly. So the problem is, is Pep going to give him a shot at the starting lineup? Because Sterling himself has come out in a interview or saying that he's open for a move elsewhere, especially international overseas if he's not getting enough minutes. So the disquietness is there. To be fair, at the start of the season, actually quite a few players menyatakan hasrat nak leave. Gabriel Jesus, Bernardo Silva, but they haven't left and they stuck in and they perform. Okay, I just want to talk about Bernardo Silva for a short while because those of you who watched the Liverpool match will see that he was everywhere. He was one of the player of the matches in that match, even though he didn't score the goal. Because he was everywhere. He was really hurrying back, pressing, playing, grabbing, passing around. So he was a very strong player, and he is one of the informed players for Manchester City, but maybe not so much in terms of fantasy. But he may have locked it in. So the other question, then De Bruyne, we all know De Bruyne has the ability, but at his current, considering there's so many other premium options, right now KDB feels macam a luxury sikit lah. So I seem to be talking a lot, but I haven't come with a conclusion.
Which one you're thinking now with the price that you have? Grealish, Foden, Mahrez?
I thought that Grealish would be the one more safer pick to come in, to start this match. Tapi after a decent first few weeks with debut with Manchester City, he hasn't been up to his standards in the past four matches, past 3 or 4 matches. He hasn't really had any FPL output. But Foden is. If you think that he's going to start, because I'm not sure Foden will be the one to pick for this.
Tiba-tiba Foden sudah naik 8 juta balik.
And the fact that his price has increased back to his normal price, it shows that there are people who are convinced that he will continue to start. I wish I was convinced. I'm not so convinced.
Okay. Later we go through your team and then you comment. Okay. So we go.
Wait. Just on Burnley, and another attraction why people want to bring in Manchester City regardless is because Ben Mee is out. So that's Burnley punya defense dah hancur dah in the first place. Ben Mee out lagi hancur. So so there you go.
Okay, fair. Nanti kau akan decide, bagi tahu siapakah player yang kau akan bawa masuk. Next will be Norwich versus Brighton. Any news yang we should take note from this match?
Not really lah. I mean the main centre back for Norwich from last season, Zimmerman, he's still out, so memang tak ada. Everyone else, the normal guys are in. Gilmore semua ada, tapi dia Gilmore yang used to be our bench player, sekarang pun dia macam dah not
Dia tak
in the
macam tak
squad.
main kan?
That guy macam dah out of favor as well. So then
Hmm.
Brandon Williams also, I mean, look, there's no real issues with injuries. It's just we don't know
Yeah.
who will start because Daniel Farke will try to still needs to find around. They drew last week in the previous match.
Yeah, lawan Burnley.
But it doesn't really tell you a lot. And they're up against Brighton, one of the more informed teams.
Betul.
Yeah. So it's to the point that a few people are picking up Neil Maupay from Brighton. So who we don't really like from last season, but it also goes to show that Norwich is a bully team. So people are picking up players just to play against Norwich. So Brighton, no issues. Bissouma should be back. Then Duffy, Dunk semua ada. Welbeck tak ada lagi lah. Webster pun tak ada. But other than that, it's still a pretty strong team that should kill off Norwich easily.
Alright, let's go next match. Southampton lawan Leeds. Southampton will be missing their captain, Ward-Prowse, because of red card last game against Chelsea. On Leeds, we would like to know whether Rafinha, adakah Bielsa bagi any indication dia akan boleh bermain dalam game ni? Boleh go through, Min?
Okay, so Southampton first. So GWP is out for 3 matches. Well, 2 plus 1 lah. One is
technically 2 lah.
Yeah, so for Premier League is 2. It's a lot of interest now in Southampton because they have such a great fixture list now. Cuma the problem is they're not scoring enough goals. Defensively they are quite decent, but again I don't see people actually going for their defense other than Livramento because he's cheap. and to be fair, they shouldn't, because if they needed to pick one person out, it should be Livramento because he's an attacking player. He's only 4.3 now. He's slowly increasing in price, so be careful. So it's just a case of whether this potential in attack is enough. But as I mentioned midweek, Stuart Armstrong dah balik and he was quite important to the attack last season. But of course this season we have Adam Armstrong, who is new to the team. So but we don't know, they now need to work on that synergy. For Leeds, the biggest news is of course Rafinha. So Rafinha memang buying back, but they keep saying about how, by the way, he played really well for Brazil. Good 2 cameos and the final match he started, so he did really well in that. So but mestilah penat kan. He clearly if you saw some of the matches, he loves playing for his country, so he went all out. So he doesn't care your Leeds coming up next, So but I think it's too risky for Bielsa to play him because kalau injured sia-sia je.
Tapi macam kita yang ada player dia nak lah dia main.
So other than dia nak main, mesti nak main, tapi too risky. So other key fantasy assets, Bamford memang out. Ailing, whoever still has him pun is still out. Everyone else should be the same. Even Calvin Phillips will probably play as well. Even though he he was originally in the English squad and then dia tak jadi because ada some injury, but apparently he's fit again. So this is important for Southampton because Leeds' defense is, as we know, is not good. But at the same time, Leeds will need to look for points already. They're overdue. Both teams are overdue to get more points.
So it could be a high scoring game or is it going to be 0-0? I don't think so.
I don't know.
So siapa yang ada Rafinha kena prepare bench lah, just in case.
I mean it's just that Southampton attacking form is not great, while Leeds are missing their 2 key attacking assets, which is Rafinha and Bamford. So it could really be just a 0-0 or even maybe a 1-1.
Yeah. Okay. Fact. Alright, so we go next match, Brentford lawan Chelsea. Ramai juga ada asset Chelsea. Okay, Lukaku. I think some news Rudiger will be out from this game. Okay, do you mean? You can confirm later. Lukaku ada muscle fatigue so called during international, but he should be available. What's the news from Thomas Tuchel? Mute.
Oh, sorry. Okay, so
Yeah.
Lukaku memang confirm fit. Rudiger confirm he's not fit. Yeah, so confirm he will not be part of it. But other than that, the most interesting news for me is Reece James. It appears that he may well be ready to play.
Okay.
Yeah, and if he does play, I'm pretty sure he'll take that wing back. And if he does play, if you remember the last time he played, he helped Lukaku. So he performed, Lukaku performed. And without Reece James, we saw that Lukaku performance didn't do very well. You know, it's obviously it's not an exact direct consequence, but you can't deny that, you know, I think Reece James style of play will be able to help Lukaku. So other than that, Mount, Werner, all those three, again, the question of Alonso versus Chilwell is the main issue for
Betul.
those who may have already brought in Chelsea players. Those who have already brought in Rudiger previously memang frustrated. But for those who had their wildcard this week, okay, you know, they can decide to what they want to do.
They can decide to bring in James if that's the case.
Yeah. So James, I'm it's very interesting having this James back.
Yeah, I think James. Okay.
Brentford side, not much. Everyone's pretty much the key players.
Everyone should be fit lah.
Yeah, Brentford should be fine. Yeah, there's no absences. Yeah, so for Brentford, it's really a question of who to pick. And whether or not, which we mentioned during midweek, whether Wisa will get a starting point. But I don't think anyone will want to risk it. We'll still probably keep Mbeumo or Tony.
Yeah, Mbeumo and Tony. So clean slate from Brentford. We expect first 11 from Brentford and give a fight to Chelsea. They could actually, macam kau tengok lah sebelum ni, 3 sama lawan Liverpool. They can actually bring the game to the big team. So I won't be surprised if this also end up high scoring draw. Okay. Alright. Next game, Everton lawan West Ham. Everton adakah masih missing player macam Richarlison, DCL, and then how about West Ham? We should worry any players like Antonio or Benrahma?
Okay, so Everton memang still out lah. Richarlison and DCL are still out, so it's still going to be Rondon in front, and then probably Townsend, Gray, and EOB. Yeah, so those are the key players. Defense, no issues. Coleman's back, and Pickford, Digne. There was an issue about Digne, but apparently that's fine. It should be okay. For West Ham, again, they are fine, most of them. It's just the question now how they juggle, because again they have Europa coming up as well. Yeah. So I keep talking about West Ham and Europa. It's just that I'm just not confident in terms of whether they can keep that up. Yeah, but I don't think we need to worry. Benrahma, Antonio, Cresswell, Kufa, all these players should continue to play. Yeah, so no issues with regards to rotation there.
Okay, all right, good. So I think this could be another good game kalau you ada Townsend atau Gray. They are on form juga. Everton is top 6 if not mistaken. Okay.
Yep.
So they are on fire. They still got fixture lah. For their players. Aku pun ada terfikir kalau aku bawa downgrade Townsend pun macam best juga, but we'll see. And okay, the big game lah to me aku pun pakai baju hitam ni kan. Newcastle lawan Spurs. Newcastle fans will definitely hype and teruja untuk tengok this match. And Steve Bruce pun kata we are expect a fight and we can fight Spurs to get the points. So any players that we should concern for both lah. Mute man. Yep.
So the most important news that has come out this morning, I think we can pretty much confirm it, is that Son and together with Gil, but Gil isn't really a first team player of Spurs, both have contracted COVID-19. So
yeah, that's the latest news.
Yeah. So that's not, so they are out, and I think for those who wanted wildcard Suns were tak jadi lah. So but it's frustrating for Spurs because let's face it, Kane isn't in form at all, whether for club or country. He's out. So, and Newcastle are going to look at this as a huge opportunity with the new owners to show what they're capable of. And Steve Bruce is gonna be really psyched for this one. And one thing on the Newcastle side, we got Joe Willock back, we got Callum Wilson back, and Jamie Lascelles back. Jamal Lascelles, sorry, not Jamie, Jamal Lascelles. They're all back. All these main players are back. Of course, Lascelles hasn't really been in form, but he is the captain for Newcastle. Well, at least he was, as far as I remember. And Callum Wilson, key attacking player. Joe Willock, who last season made such a good impact with Newcastle from when he came on loan for Arsenal. And together with ASM, I think they will. I think Spurs are in trouble here. Seriously. I'm kidding. I'm not kidding. And plus, it's also at St. James Park, where we currently be hosting the show from. So it's gonna be hard for Spurs. I think Spurs are gonna be struggling.
Okay, aku tengok Newcastle fixture. Oh, okay juga. Banyak game yang green lah. If you were thinking kalau macam Wilson kau kata dah available, well, can come to think if let's say he scores in this match, definitely will be a bandwagon. Okay, good. I'm excited to see that match. Hopefully, aku rasa aku tak tertidur lah game tu. Tak ada lambat sangat. Okay, and last but not least to Arsenal fan. Okay, they are on form right now. Arsenal. But Crystal Palace also on a good right. So both are in good and right form. And Arsenal versus Crystal Palace. Any news that we should concern? Yep.
Arsenal, no real news. I mean, the good news is that Granit Xhaka is still injured, so he's fine. I'm sorry, but I just can't stop talking about that one because I feel him not being in the squad is only helping Arsenal. So Arsenal should be really put up for this one. I think they can do well again in this match against Crystal Palace. But okay, Crystal Palace, under Patrick Vieira, former Arsenal hero.
Dia mesti dapat applause from the fans.
I think so. Well, he is. Yeah, definitely, because they are playing at Arsenal. He'll definitely get some.
You will get a warm welcome.
Yeah, definitely a warm welcome. And in terms of assets, of course, Zaha is still on penalties. And no issues with Crystal Palace, by the way. In terms of injuries, it's still easy. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Okay,
he's still out. So he's the main key FPL asset from previous season, but he's out. Mm-hmm. But other than that, everyone else is still there. The annoying thing, because I have as someone who has Gallagher, is that with Milojevic back in the squad, it seems like he's taken over quite a lot of the set pieces. So it does reduce because Gallagher doesn't have penalties. Zaha has penalties.
Okay,
but yeah, it does question me a bit in terms of
reduce dia punya potential lah.
Correct. Yes. Yeah. But to be fair, this match seems to be hard to call as well. Yeah, I'm just like the Southampton Leeds one, it could end up to be a 0-0. 0-0. Yeah. But this one more because of their defenses are better. Yeah, whereas for Southampton Leeds, it was a case of, their attacking problem. Arsenal Crystal Palace is just that they have better defenses at this point in time.
Okay, so actually it won't be a high scoring game. Could be a 0-0, 1-0, macam tu.
Yeah.
So itulah, macam aku ingat Arsenal dia ada good run. Ingat nak bawa some Arsenal asset come in, but which one lah? Whether you are picking the lower range Smith Rowe, Odegaard, or Saka. So that's my thinking. But maybe I could hold and see how this game will be.
Okay.
All right. I think we already run through every single team punya news. Let's go to your team first. What's your move? I know you already made your transfer with Salah, but are you gonna do so-called another move?
All right. So let me share my screen so we can take a look
Yes,
at the team.
please.
Okay. One thing to note is that I am looking at possibly wildcarding next week. Yeah. Me
Okay.
holding off
Yeah, so
Chelsea
so
players
boleh lah.
and can you see the screen?
So
Okay. Yeah.
boleh lah one week
So
time.
that yeah.
Okay.
So because that's when I'm looking. I feel that next week might be better for me to bring in the Chelsea and Manchester City assets.
Okay.
Anyway, so this is my team. So Sanchez, fine. Tierney for Arsenal. Dunk for Brighton. I think Dunk is quite unpopular because you have Duffy and around, and how much is he owned by? Yeah, so his ownership is only 4.6. But I'm happy to keep him. He got 2 bonus points last game week, so he's fine. TA, so the after game week 7, it was red, then it became yellow. Now it's totally gone, so he's good to go. I'm glad. And because he is fit, because I felt that he was going to be fit, which is also the reason why I decided not to do any wild carding. Because if he, I thought if he's fit, then yeah, let's go. Okay. So in the midweek, those who saw my team saw I had Sar on the bench, so I've now moved him up, following Hafiz. I do think he may be able to score, and dropping Shaw to the bench. Gallagher continues there. Greenwood, Salah, who I brought in, Antonio, Saint Maximin, and Ronaldo. Okay, so first, you've noticed that my captaincy is now currently on Ronaldo. So
Itu betul ke atau tak save tu lagi?
No, it's saved. This is saved. This is my current save team. And okay, so this is the part where there's real. I can't claim any logic for this. This is just the early match jitters issue that I have. Last week I was right. Ronaldo had the early match and he didn't start. So those who captain, but then I captained Antonio anyway, so he's only gained 2 additional points compared to those who captained Ronaldo. But for this week, I'm still having that same worries about the early match start. Plus, and something that I highlighted earlier, without Fabinho, without Alisson, and the unsettled midfield that Liverpool are going to be forced to field for this match. So it does make me a bit worried about the attacking output for Liverpool. Having said that, Sadio Mane, just to note, okay, I'm really sad that he's gone, but I can't do anything about it. But the thing is with Sadio Mane, he is currently on 99 Premier League goals. So he may score his 100 goal this match.
Game ni lah.
And one thing about Sadio Mane makes it more impressive compared to others is that none of them are penalties. So it's really quite impressive. But he's playing for a decent team. So okay. So that's that. Then the bench is Bachmann, who is no longer out of favor. Shaw is my real only person who is starting, who's on the bench. Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, I'm not confident about. I think we talked about no center backs means they definitely I can't see them not conceding goals. So now, as mentioned last week, during midweek, the main issue is here because I want to replace Greenwood with a Manchester City asset. Question now is
70%, 80% want to do lah, right? Want to transfer lah.
yes, yeah, but yeah, I'll from now until the nearer to the deadline, I will probably be going through every Manchester City forum I can find to help me make the decision. Twitter because more in terms of not so much fantasy forums, but in terms of the club forums, fan forums, to see what they feel his chances of starting are. Because I don't want to be read into the bias, because of course, when we talk about fantasy, we also his potential points. I don't want to look at the potential points. I want to look at whether or not they will start or be rested for the Champions League match, or whether or not the system fits him. And for me, I feel the fans forums are a better place to do that. And if I'm comfortable, then Foden will come into my starting lineup. Yeah.
Okay. I think that is the trending right now lah. People are picking Foden for the next 3 matches. Katakanlah dia tak main match ni, I think for the next 2 match he will play some part. Or even kalau dia datang masuk cameo as substitute, he can still deliver any goal or assist to me.
Yeah. So
So
I just want to mention that I briefly considered Bernardo Silva because he is informed, but then he doesn't. The problem is, his attacking potential is less compared to Foden and even Grealish. So
Silva berapa juta?
Silva is cheaper actually.
Cheaper. Okay. 7?
7.1 I think it was.
Dia macam Torres lah.
Let's,
Okay.
Yes.
Bernardo Silva. Oh, yelah, ya, 6.9.
6.9. There you go.
So,
So that's me. So I'll probably tweet. I'll probably tweet or put in the Facebook FPL Jedi show as to what my final will be as well, as usual.
Okay, all right,
So,
good.
That's me. Let's look at you.
Okay. Let's go to my team. Okay. Okay, you can see here my team. Sanchez in goal. And then you can see big red arrow on Rudiger. Cancelo and TA is available. So Rudiger will not play this week ya. Memang confirm lah. Tapi aku saja je. Aku saja nak letak dia first 11. Mana tahu tiba-tiba dia main. Tapi saja dah aku letak. Okay.
Okay.
And then I have Sa, like you mentioned in midweek. I think I will play him. Rafinha is still there. Ben Rama and Salah, which will be my captain. Then Ronaldo, Tony and Antonio, my front line. So since most probably Rudiger won't start, I have my first bench, which is Livramento. So I think, like you mentioned, Southampton lawan Leeds could be a very dull game or it could be exciting game. But any way pun, aku rasa good fantasy asset for Livra, whether he can produce any attacking points like an assist last week lawan Chelsea, or a clean sheet will be happy jugalah. So I think that's my first sub. My second sub is Shaw. Instead of Brownhill, let's say Rafinha didn't make it, then I think Shaw lawan Leicester pun not so bad, and hopefully dia can deliver some points. Although maybe yalah, like you mentioned, Shaw pun not really producing for the past 6-7 matches. And last but not least, Brownhill will be my third bench lah. Okay.
So my question is, Hafiz, so now, don't you still have 2 transfers?
No, I have only 1 transfer. Okay. So if let's say I want to transfer someone in, I don't have any money in the bank. Okay. So I have to use whatever resources that I have. If my thinking is to drop Sa for any Arsenal or Man City asset, but that will make me to take negative 4 points to drop Shaw to a 4.5, 4.4 players and got 1 million to upgrade Sa to someone, but I can't afford Foden or Grealish unless I take another hit, which Unlikely I'm going to bring out Ronaldo also. I might stay with this team and I bring my transfer, one transfer to next week, and I got two, and then reconstruct my team if I need to. Okay. So most probably I won't do anything. I mean, this week, I just play whatever player I have. Okay. You're on mute, Min.
So you actually have exactly 0 units in the bank.
0 unit, betul. So
I
aku
was
nak
just thinking with you can move from Shaw to James, but then you're short by 0.1. Yeah.
Okay. I could do Rudiger to James, I think. Sekejap, aku saja cuba.
Boleh, confirm boleh. But the question is, what do we know about Rudiger? Just how long is he out for?
Yelah, aku could swap, yes, macam kau kata tadi. Pergi
James.
Chelsea punya asset lah.
Yeah, because
James 5.5, yes, I could bring him in. But I'm not sure whether he definitely play.
red yellow for yellow.
Tengok, aku boleh bawa Chilwell lah. Tapi betul confirm dia main ke?
I'm staying away from that one lah. Chilwell Alonso thing is just too dizzy for me.
And we are not sure Rudiger out for how long lah. It could be just this match, betul?
Itulah. This is quite vague lah. I mean, I didn't find anything substantive. Macam originally it's thought that he would be back for this week, and then suddenly he's not. So is it because it's more serious than we thought, or is it just that they want to make sure they're fully recovered?
So if you see here, money remaining 0. Okay.
Yeah.
And then kalau nak, I could do this lah. Macam Sa bawa masuk Saka, I don't think I could do it. Okay, aku short by dah naik pun 6.4.
Saka went up by this morning.
So I won't be able to do it unless I want to bring in Smith Rowe lah, which I'm not too sure. So maybe give one more week, more information, and then I decide. Or I could do Shaw to White downgrade saja, but I might not play him, but I'm not sure. So maybe I just hold my transfer.
Yeah, because Azpi is too expensive.
Yep. So I think that's my team, Min.
Okay, all right. Should be interesting. Yeah. So no expected changes for your team. One hit for mine probably, as I continue to find out more information.
Most probably you will do a hit lah.
And City play today anyway, so I'll find out the damage if he doesn't start. but the only reason I'm risking this is because TAA was fit, and which meant that I can afford to have someone on the bench if that City asset doesn't play. Yeah, so that's the only reason I'm risking it. Well, there's two reasons. One is because Manchester City's record against Burnley is just too crazy. Yeah, but I mean I've looked at other content creators' videos, and some have mentioned that why be pening sangat over this Manchester City issue, because the other problem is that was kept being mentioned is that even though they score maybe 5 or 6 goals, mungkin dia orang share. It's possible dia orang share. So 1 goal seorang, so the windfall you get might not be as strong. Yeah, so I don't know. But the other thing is that Manchester City are playing, well, Burnley are not the best side. Yeah, so they may not play a full strength team either. And save this full strength team for the Champions League match, which they have to win. I think they want to win. They need to win. Yeah, so we'll see.
So those are the risks when you pick Man City asset. We are aware already for the past few years. We know the risk that we tap in Man City punya asset. Yang paling secure mungkin KDB, tapi dia pun macam kau kata, dia pun baru nak start.
Plus dia mahal.
Getting up their fitness and so on. So if you ask me, I think I just go whether Foden or Grealish and just hope for the best.
Okay. So, killer question for you: Foden or Grealish?
Okay, if I want to be safe, Grealish, but Foden is at I tengok tadi 3% sahaja ownership, and if let's say he meletup, then your ranking definitely naik gila-gila. So that's my risk appetite.
Okay.
Tu Zuyong kata, tengok Foden sajalah. Is that a
Thanks,
sign?
Ziyong. Well, ada ke Ziyong? You have him? I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. In terms of potential Foden, and who knows, even if he comes in as a sub, he might do well.
Yeah, betul. Like I mentioned, he could easily explode even cameo 20 minutes at the end of the game. Bila semua orang dah penat, dia masuk, dia gelecek, dia score. So it's your call, okay? But since you ask me, I think Foden lah. Zuyong kata dia still considering or bawa next game.
Okay. Thanks for responding. Yeah, this memang pening ah. Memang I agree. Memang pening this Manchester City issue. So we'll see.
All right. So we can wrap it up. We already 1 hour live.
Okay.
So I think we had a good show. Kita dah run through semua team tadi and prepare some of the latest news, especially on Sun. I pun baru tahu tadi. Although I don't think of Sun to bring in, but if you're on wildcard, then if you are drafting Sun masuk, then you should not be lah. At this juncture, you can bring some other players. So best of luck to all managers. Okay, we wish you all the best. Have fun this week, game week 8. Although banyak injuries and so on. And Min, your last word.
All the best to, especially to those who are wildcarding this week. Where your wildcards be forfeit. But of course, again, it's always important to remember your wild card should not be judged on the basis of 1 week. It should be at least 3 or 4 weeks to really see whether or not your wild card has
Berjaya
done
ke tak?
better. Yeah, then for me, I mentioned earlier I'm looking at wildcarding next week, but I may even hold it off until the next international break, which is in November. So we'll see.
Itulah,
And you haven't wildcarded either, so
aku pun tak tahu. Aku pun tak tahu plan dia macam mana sekarang. Aku
your
pun
team is
just go with the ride. Aku rasa this week I can still have players to play. Just play first and then see how it goes next week.
Yeah. So again, so look out for those substituted early during and the weekend, because that means especially those playing Europe. So it'll give us an idea for the week after as to how we set up our teams.
Okay, thank you everyone. Give a thumbs up or like to our video, okay, and subscribe to our channel to support us. Hopefully we will continue this again next week. Okay, man, signing off from St. James Park. Goodbye to everyone. Take care and good luck.
Good luck. Maybe the force be with you.